Well, thanks for joining us here on CCTV News. I'm Li Chuan, live in Beijing. Our top story this hour, Western and Arab opponents of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad have agreed to give urgent military support to Western-backed rebels, aiming to stem a counteroffensive by Assad's forces. They reached the agreement at the meeting of Friends of Syria in Qatar capital of Doha. It's the first time that the U.S. said it would arm Syrian rebels directly, but the statement did not commit all countries to send weapons. Our correspondent Roy Rettenberg has more from Doha.
The number of dead continues to rise. So too does the number of refugees fleeing for their lives. This as troops loyal to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad in recent days gained ground against opposition fighters. Rebel leaders now say they've received a weapons supply that they believe will be a, quote, game changer. But most seem to be simply tired of the game. That's the message from the 11 foreign ministers supporting Syria's opposition as they gathered in Qatar. The violence must stop. A solution must be found.
We sat as ministers in a very specific way discussing today what steps each country might or might not be able to engage in.
It's very important that the opposition have the capacity to defend itself because Mr. Assad, Hezbollah and the Iranians are dispersing tons and tons of weapons.
The big issues, as the ministers see it, is how to best help the rebels. The U.S. has said it will now supply them with, quote, direct military aid. The UK so far will not. Some are calling for a no-fly zone. Others say it's too pricey and too difficult to enforce.
We're all aiming to achieve a political solution, a political settlement in Syria. But that political settlement will not come about if the opposition can be destroyed by force.
Generals from the so-called Free Syrian Army, a loose umbrella representing the rebel groups, were not in attendance, despite rumors they might be. Also notably missing in Doha, the Russians, who endorsed a communique on Syria at the G8 in Northern Ireland just days ago, but have voiced opposition to foreign military intervention in Syria and have called the arming of rebel groups a violation of international law. Thursday's communique from Doha called for renewed talks in Switzerland, Geneva too, with Iran and perhaps Syria itself. Getting the participants together may be one thing, getting them to agree is another. Officials here insist that Russia is still welcome at the table, but without Moscow, any decision concluded might be difficult to implement. Roy Rettenberg, CCTV in Doha.